So, according to what this sign says, it's October 15th, 2020. Oswego Comic Shop live Q and art stream with me at Pensandpedals, aka Aaron Z. Lee, working on some Inktober. Okay. This dry erase board from the dollar store is coming real handy. Okay. So, a little bit about me if you don't know anything yet. I am an art educator and independent comic book artist, self-publisher out of Oswego, New York. I've got a book I'm working on right now, Wesley the Robot. I've got 4 issues out now. The radio station equipment at Alfred State College comes to life and wants to learn how to dance as a result of the Cisco and Stack Experience radio show. Even gets to DJ in the latest issue. I'm working on issue 5, getting that thing ready to go. My goal is to do issues 5 and 6 in November and then December. So, like I said, I'm also a middle school art teacher and we're doing everything remotely, so it takes a lot more to plan and grade and do all that stuff. But I'm punching through it. I'm going to get it done. And we're going to get that issue 5 pretty soon. I actually just finished up the colors for the cover of issue 6. Why did I do the cover of issue 6 first? I don't know. I don't know why I do anything. But anyway, I just read this book, picked it up at the Oswego Comic Shop. Basket Full of Heads by Joe Hill and Leo Max. Really great book. Definitely a mature reader book, but like the artwork is fantastic in this thing. Storytelling's awesome. Well, there's a little preview page. But I really enjoyed this. I want to check out more of Hill House books out of DC. Powerhouse of productivity. That's me. One of these days I'm going to take a break. I don't know when that's going to be, though. But anyway. Oh, I also have my other book that's completed that you can get at the comic shop right now. Fritz's Pizza, Son of a Pizza Man. The human son of a living pizza man has to fight evil anchovies with the help of LT Provolone and Rhonda, the streetwise cop. 70-some pages of black and white action. Very kind of like a manga-sized format, but it's not a manga. You read it Western style. All right. Now that I am done shilling, it's time to get to work here. We don't have a whole lot left of this page to knock out, so we might even get to a new page today. Alright, I'm going to use some of this Higgins Black Magic just to use it up. I've got so much Speedball and Higgins ink, you want to use it up, because I actually really like the Deleter Black number 4 way better. But it is what it is. Gotta use it up. Don't want it to go to waste. I actually just bought a bunch of white markers, too. So, like, this is a Sharpie, I think it's acrylic paint marker. So I can draw back in and correct. And I got some other brands, too. And the jelly rolls, the jelly rollers. The white jelly rolls to work back into some black. I'll do some experimental stuff at some point. I guess that's what Inktober's supposed to be. But I take it too seriously. One of these days I'll relax and have some fun with art instead of always making it super serious. Yeah, those white gel markers are nice. Those other ones I picked up, they can do some cool stuff. Can work back into a large area of black. Evan saying he actually did one pencil and ink drawing and was finally burned out and will start up again soon on Inktober. I tell you, October is the busiest month of the year for me. Not just for artwork, but for everything else too. Tootsie's barking at the wind again. I think October is the month where everybody tries to get all the stuff done they didn't get done in the summer. And they know the bad weather's coming, so then they try to cram even more into October. It's one of the reasons I'm happy that I did a lot of this Inktober stuff in September, spoiler alert. What are my students working on in school? We just finished up color theory, and we just started some official art history today, actually. 7th graders are learning about Paul Cézanne, who's considered the father of modern art, and the 8th graders are learning about Gustav Klimt, who's one of my favorite artists. And they're doing a project based off of his Tree of Life. 7th graders are doing still lifes, because that's what Paul Cézanne was famous for. So, trying to get some of those school projects in there, but also giving them some context to the art history. I've got a bunch of projects coming up with that too. I like the Gustav Klimt projects a lot. We're actually going to do 3 of them. Some variations, because he did a lot of robed figures with patterns in their robes, so we're going to do Halloween themed ones. Then we're going to learn about drawing hands and faces, because hands and faces are really expressive. And it's one of the things that a lot of kids always ask every year is to work on hands and faces, because it's something that they want to improve upon. So we'll be working on those, and then what'll be nice about the pattern robes is that they don't need to worry about other parts of the body. They can just focus on the hands and the faces. And I'm thinking about making a variation of it where they can draw like their dog or cat with like a crown on and then like a pattern robe, because that way I can shoehorn Tootsie into the project. Speaking of Tootsie, I hope she's staying out of trouble. Yeah, I feel like every time I draw hands, like if I'm working from reference, I draw hands like I've never seen a hand before. But I definitely have a shorthand, no pun intended, for how I draw hands really quickly. And it works good enough. Do love my reference, though. I think everything on here is referenced. One of these days I'll do a project that's not referenced at all. I just think I'm always trying to prove to people that I can draw. Even when I draw like right in front of my own students, they're like, "Whoa, you didn't draw that," and I was like, "Oh, you just watched me draw that." It's kind of a fun background to work on. I kind of jumped a bunch of the prompts because they didn't make any sense in my story. But I'm still going to have 32 drawings or more, so it's not like I'm doing any less work. I don't know. After this year, I feel like the days of me actually following Inktober prompts are probably going to be behind me. Because I have some other ideas for stories. And I think I'll just focus more on the story. Although certainly the prompts have added to some color in how these stories are presented. Some kind of bizarre interludes, which I don't mind. I think they're actually okay. Yeah, Evan was saying that he gave up at Slippery. He was like, I'm just going to draw Spider-Man, and I was frustrated with my Spider-Man, so I figured I'd take a break for a few days. Not a bad way to go. A way I work a lot of the time now is I'll just try to draw out a bunch of panels on a weekend and then try to get the Inktober's done in advance. Just because like posting them every single day, it's also a lot of work. So, and then I feel like people weren't really seeing the whole story of it. So now I just post them in pages. Because I feel like if anybody actually does see it, they'll have more of a context for it because they can swipe through it. Which maybe isn't getting as many likes as it could, but I don't know. I'm an old curmudgeon these days. Yeah, I'm always working on something. I don't know, one of these days I should just limit myself to like one project a month. In addition to schoolwork. Try to find some balance. And there's Tootsie. At least I know she's alive. Tootsie! There she is. Good girl. You staying out of trouble? Hopefully she's staying out of trouble. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to do a children's book too. What that's going to be about, I don't know yet. Just want to tick all this stuff off the bucket list. Now Tootsie wants to go back outside. Of course. Even though her doggy door is wide open. Be right back. Yeah, this page is looking pretty sharp. It's always funny how I get 3 or more pages into a project and then it really starts to look good. That translates pretty well on screen. I was worried about that, but looks like it's okay. There we go. I think I just need to let that page dry. Try to fill in some more black with the extra. Does anybody out there have any favorite horror movies they like to watch around this time? I try to find some bad ones to put on in the background. Let's let this one dry. What are we going to work on? We've got a half an hour. There's this beast. Kind of bizarre. Evan says he hasn't watched any scary movies this year. I watched Pay the Ghost with Nicolas Cage. It wasn't great, but it was Nicolas Cage, and it's a scary movie and like a Halloween movie. So I'm going to recommend Pay the Ghost. I guess I could rule this out. Yeah, let's do that. That's another good one I was looking up. I was watching reviews of this Italian 80s horror movie called Demons that's set in a movie theater. That one's pretty excellent. I mean, it's not like a really, really well done one. It's just a very satisfying 80s low-budget horror movie. I just try and find some different vibes to put on in the background. Carnival of Souls, that was one I will definitely recommend. That was pretty good, and it's black and white. I gotta find some more black and white horror movies to watch. Well, my dog is scratching at something. I'm gonna figure out what the heck she's doing. Let's see, what are you doing? No problem. Other problems. Captured my dog Tootsie. Put her on the Tootsie cam. We're gonna get some more money for this live stream so we can have a dedicated Tootsie cam, right, Tootsie? This is like what all my students do as I'm trying to teach. Let me set you down, buddy. You seriously want to go out again? And she'll be back and barking at stuff in 2 minutes. Yep, she's already back inside the house. Desperately wanted to go outside. Immediately back in. She doesn't want to go in the backyard. She only wants to go in the front yard. Of course, the front yard is not fenced in. Let's see if we can get this to work. Just let that dry out a little bit. Maybe I can get the bottom lines here. She's driving me nuts right now. It's like whenever I sit down to do something is when she goes nuts. But if I'm doing something that I'm not live streaming, she doesn't care. She can do her own thing. She's fine. The minute I go into a Google Meet or something or do my art club at home, that's when she can't handle it anymore. Love this Indigraph pen. I think it was worth the money to come all the way from Spain. I'll be right back. I just want to make sure she's not getting into bad trouble. Tootsie, what are you doing? What are you gonna do? Hopefully these lines dried a little bit more. Oh, she's gonna go run back off and scratch at the door again. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She just turned around and looked at me. There we go. You start to see that grid taking shape. The old trusty 6-panel grid. Oh my god, it's just doing it again. Let that dry for a hot second. No. 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 We're just going nuts scratching the paint off our front door. Well, the good news is the door wasn't painted too good to begin with, so we're gonna have to repaint it anyway. But Tootsie, come on. Let's see. I think. I don't know if I want to jump into this just yet. I think I still want to work on nailing down a few more details. Or should I just jump into it? The last panel I could probably do. I'll probably end up working on the cover for Wesley number 5 tonight, just to get those wrapped up. It would be pretty cool if I can get both of them to the printer at the same time. Because then I would be done with that, and I can move on to issue 7, which I actually have done quite a bit for already. It's a pretty good foot. Let's see. I could probably do this panel too.
Infinity. Memory plus, memory subtract, memory recall. Infinity. 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 Memory plus, memory subtract, memory recall. Infinity. 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 Memory plus, memory subtract, memory recall. Infinity. 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 Infinity.
I wonder if I can get one more panel done in 8 minutes. Oh, it's all good, Evan. All right. So I think that's a wrap for this October 15th, 2020 Asogo Comic Shop live art stream with me at Pensandpedals on Instagram or pensandpedals.com. Also, Pensandpedals on Etsy. You can get my books at the comic shop or my Etsy store. My real name is Aaron C. Lee. I'm an educator, artist, author. I basically do it all, except for watch my dog during the live stream. She chews up my door. So, I have this book available, Pizza's Pizza, Son of a Pizza Man. 70-some pages of black and white anchovy action. The human son of a living pizza man has to fight evil anchovies. Then I also have issues 1 through 4 of Wesley the Robot available. Issue 5 and 6 coming soon. There's issue 1. But anyway, get out there, make stuff, make more comics, read more comics, buy more comics, especially buy my more comics. Alright, we will see you next week.